Woohoo! Just me and Tyler. I was like, I don't know where everyone went. Well, we know where Josh is. Josh is still on vacation because
Yep.
he's like missing out on the best time of year in Texas because it's totally not scorching, stupid hot.
It's not heat week. It's not the last week of July, but
True. Yeah, man, it was. So, did you get any brownouts today?
no.
I got some,
Oh shoot. At
but
the shop or at your house?
both,
Both? Wow.
both. I was at the shop. I'm sitting there doing stuff, and all of a sudden, like the power just goes out,
No.
and I was like, that's probably my fault. Oh, there's Josh.
Hey Josh.
I was like, that's probably something I wired up. Like maybe I blew a circuit or something, right? So I check all the breakers and everything's fine. And I'm like, huh. So I'm like, well, I guess the power is out. So then I like submitted a power outage request or whatever and drove home, and it got turned back on like 5 minutes after I got home. So it was
Oh
off,
jeez.
I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or something.
Huh.
But
I
then,
didn't realize the grid was at that level where they're doing brownouts.
I mean, I'm assuming it's a brownout because I'm sitting here. We just ate dinner. We're like kind of winding down. This was about like an hour ago, and all of a sudden the power in my house went out for about 15 seconds, and came back. So
Well, it might just be me tonight. Is what you're saying.
yeah. Oh, someone apparently knows you.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Matt. Matt is looking to buy a 650, so we met up last weekend
Oh,
and showed him the car, and
very cool.
yeah. So I know a guy that can find you. Well, you're this way. You can know a guy
Yeah,
that can find you on Matt.
we can do that. Yes. What up, dudes? Oh.
Chris is here. Hey, Chris,
Uh,
Brent.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you, Brent. Did a great job in the Coop versus Spider video. Couldn't tell which one you would have picked, even though we all know the answer. I would have liked to see Josh's opinion. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Coop guy, right?
Yep.
I just prefer Coops, but
I
yeah,
see. I would have said that before getting the 650, and now it's like it's super nice to just be like, it's nice out, tops down, cool.
I mean, I like hard top convertibles.
Yeah,
I would never own a soft top convertible because
fair.
they just have problems and
Yeah,
whatever. But I also like that the the chassis doesn't really change, which is nice.
yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. What year is your prediction that a clean forfeit Italia reaches 350, 400 grand? What year?
Oh man,
I don't know.
that's a big increase though. Like that's double,
Uh,
almost
no. I
double.
mean, that's like 100 more. They're the 250s.
Italians aren't 250s right now. They're like 220, right?
Mm, super clean, low mile, like 3,000 mile one.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah, 3,000 mile.
Yeah, if you're talking like 10,000 miles, no.
Okay.
But eh,
I mean, God, that's
I don't
nuts.
know.
Like,
It's gonna be at least. I mean, it's probably. I want to say like 6, 7 years, but it'll probably be like 3 or 4.
unfortunately, then I'm gonna be
Because
kicking myself. I didn't get a 458.
hmm I would not like to look for more McLarens. What model is the Lambo? Are you talking about the one in the garage? Oh, it's the same. It's the Hoovy Murcielago.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's the same
Long,
car.
long story on that car. It, it, it. We thought it was gone, and it isn't. So we've had it for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely don't like the Toupe
Oh
Mercy.
God. Yeah.
It's the worst.
Although now that you have that back, I have the chance to drive that car again. So
Oh yeah, yeah. You should definitely come drive it.
yeah,
Well,
maybe.
it's for the second time about to go up on Cars and Bids
All right.
shortly.
So
So
I'll call you this weekend.
yeah, maybe. Actually, I got a friend. Oh, my friend Mike. He's gonna come to town. He's another YouTuber. He does Corvette stuff.
Ah, cool.
Brink of Speed is his channel,
I don't know him.
and um, I was like, you want to drive the world's worst best car?
Nice.
He's like, what car is that? I'm like, the Murcielago. He's like, I mean, sure.
Nice. Apparently, Stradman's in town this weekend too.
Oh yeah. Dude, his meetup's at noon.
I know.
I'm like, hell no. I'm
Yeah.
not going and standing outside at noon for 2 hours in a crowded area.
Yeah. In the heat
not
where
like-
there's absolutely no shade. No.
Plus, like, I'm not like trying to like pop my own color here, but I'm like, I know him. Like,
Yeah.
I hung out
Like,
with him. I don't.
yeah. You can call him whenever you want.
Yeah, I literally. I don't want to, like. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to hang out otherwise, but whatever. Would I ever own a TT V10 Huracan or R8? No, I wouldn't.
Fair. I still like the looks of the Huracans, but even just sitting in the one you guys had for that little bit was like, not even driving it was like, just doesn't thrill me at all. Like,
Yeah.
did nothing for me.
Story on the Lambo. Well, we bought it from Hoovie.
Oh, it was canceled. All right.
We thought, well, so we were trying to get it listed on Cars and Bids, and then we had a deal to do some stuff to it.
Yeah.
So we pulled it from the market, and that deal fell through. And so now it's being resubmitted to Cars and Bids. So there.
That's a short story.
That's a good question. I've already deleted the valves on my father's 458. What's another budget mod option to get some more sound out of it without ruining the tone? I mean, the problem is if you want to change the sound, you're going to have to change the exhaust. So there's not, I mean, define budget, right? Like $3,000, $5,000?
Yeah, budget when you're talking Ferraris is
Yeah.
it's a different scale.
Like the valves is the like only free thing really that you can do to that car and get it to sound better. That I'm aware of.
It wouldn't change the pitch, but upgrading to a controller where you could control.
Yeah, I mean, I would always suggest that just because everyone thinks there's never a time that you want it quiet, but then every once in a while there might be a time you want to actually be quiet. Oh, yeah. We spotted a rough / dirty looking Mustang. Is that the new version of the Boo-mobile? That is. I had this wild hair up my ass, and I'm a dumbass, and I bought it on a whim, sight unseen, and the guy totally screwed me. It's like I paid way too much for that car, way too much.
What did Andy say?
He said it actually was in better shape than he thought.
No.
He thinks we could get it to be a reasonable car again, but I told him, like, I just don't want to spend any money on it right now. So I tell you what, if someone wants to buy it from me, I'll sell it for half of what I paid for it.
Ooh.
They want to just get rid of it, just to clear it out of the place. And you can even have both the broken engines. Yes, I have 2 busted engines for it. So there you go. But
I love it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. If I'm assuming it's not gonna sell anytime soon, so it'll probably just sit in the garage for, like, if we start needing space, I'm just gonna push it out back and throw a tarp over it.
Be a good shooting car.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad that, like,
drag it out to a field and shoot it.
Yeah, it's. If I had paid less, I would definitely do that, but
a lot less.
A lot less. It's. Did I see the spy shots of the Huracan replacement? They trolled people with the stickers of the Gardo headlights and Aventador taillights. That's funny.
I did not see that.
But that's awesome. Good on them. Tyler's suggestions have Matt, OG Garage, join the live last week was a brilliant idea. It was an interesting talk you gave. Thanks. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, thanks. Some people seemed done with him after a little bit, but I was having a good time. It was a good conversation. So
here's my thing is, like, if we have a special guest, I'm going to listen to them. I want to, like, you guys talk to us every week.
Yeah.
So if someone shows up and they're going to chat.
Especially giving up his time on a whim like that.
Yeah. Like that was cool. I mean, me personally, I had a great time. I enjoyed it, and I thought we had a great conversation. And I mean, I don't know. He's one of the YouTubers I very, very highly respect. In fact, actually, just today, I was talking about him with Richard, and I was saying how I like how he is doing the same thing we're doing, which is we have a business and we have a YouTube channel that supports the business.
Yep.
He's the same thing, right? He has a business and his YouTube channel drives, it's basically advertising for his business.
Yeah.
And so he's not dependent on the YouTube channel for success. And we are trying to do the same thing where I want to be comfortable knowing that if YouTube were to go away tomorrow, our business wouldn't just dry up overnight.
Yeah. Well, and just like, not to rehash what everyone already heard last week, but the conversation around like all the VC money is gone, so all these sponsorships, you see less and less, stupid earbud sponsorships and wireless speakers and stuff that you don't need that were 65% off. I was like, okay, come on, like you're not doing 65% off. These are overpriced garbage. Like,
yeah. No, that's the thing. We haven't done a sponsored video in years.
Like Shell, right, was one of your last big ones.
Shell was one of the last big sponsors, which made sense because at least it's related. But I mean, I'm to a point now where it's like, no, I have no interest in doing a sponsored video, sponsored content. I'll promote stuff like here and there, or if someone hooks me up, like, okay, I'll mention them or whatever. But no, like if it's not something, and even like, so here's an it's a weird dilemma. So like, I don't mind discussing this with you guys because whatever, it's a smaller audience. There's an exhaust company that reached out to us and wants us to promote their exhaust. And they're like, oh, like, maybe we could do some promotion or whatever. And so I'm like, yeah, maybe. I'm like, but honestly, I just would rather like be interested in selling your product and taking getting a margin on it. And so they're like, yeah, we could do that. So that right there is far more interesting to me because now we both win, right? Like,
yeah,
we're selling your product. I'm not having to shill it.
Yeah.
And you get products sold, which is your goal anyway. So yes, maybe you don't get as big a margin as you would otherwise, but hey, you're still selling more products. So you're making more money overall. Yep. So that should be a win-win. So we're trying to work out a deal, which reminds me, does anyone want a fairly cheap Fry 458 exhaust?
Oh, who's the guy earlier?
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, yeah, so we'll have to, anyway.
Will, contact Dan if you want a budget way to upgrade the 458 exhaust.
Yeah,
Dan's got you hooked up.
So it's the company's Valvetronic. So
okay.
They reached us, and it was interesting because their original 458 exhaust I don't like, but they designed a new one that's got an X pipe.
Oh, cool.
So I'm curious to hear it, and they want this would be the first one or whatever, and I have those Valvetronic cat deletes that we took out of the salvage 458.
Yeah. Okay.
So
there you go.
Anyway, we'll bring it up later. I don't want to bring it up yet, but how many BTUs are the mini splits that you guys recently had? I have a 3-car garage, and I want to add a mini split and looking at some expensive options. Each of the big units is 24,000 BTUs, so 2-ton units. Yep. I think that would be about what I would get for a 3-car garage.
That's what I put in.
Yeah. I have a 3-ton in my garage here, which is a 3-car, but I wanted to be able to like make it ice cold after pulling in a hot car.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you needed to cool cars down as well, so you could work on them quicker.
Right.
So it depends what you're doing, Billy. Like, I just want to keep stuff from going bad in the garage because it was getting to 130 degrees in there.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily worried. I mean, if I need to, the 2 tons more than enough. I can get it down to 60 in there if I want. But, in the heat of the day, it's going to struggle to hold that.
Yeah. But, yeah, if you insulate the garage, 24,000 BTUs is more than adequate.
Yeah.
So we have, the new shop is 4,400 square feet now, and we have 4 24,000 BTU units. That's 96,000 BTUs of cooling.
Jeez.
And yeah, I know, right? Can't wait to see my electric bill.
Oh yeah.
So the other day after they finished the installation, there was only 3 of them running, and it was able to keep the building in the 70s.
Wow, that's cool. Because it's been brutal. This week has sucked.
Oh yeah, no, it was 104 degrees out, and inside the shop was in the 70s.
Ugh, that's awesome.
So I think now all 4 units are running, especially once we insulate the garage doors.
Yeah, that'll be a huge help.
Yeah, huge.
Brent, which fire extinguishers did you get? Did you get the stick ones or the balls?
Oh,
Because the stick ones are awesome. I forget what they're called.
the element ones.
Elements. There you go.
Yeah, I like the elements.
Yeah, those are cool. I've got one in every car. I've got one in the kitchen. One
Oh,
in
really?
the garage.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought them from you.
How long did it take them to spray foam? It took them about a week. They started on it on Wednesday of last week, and they finished on Monday. But they worked on Saturday as well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they 6 days? 6 days of working on it, I guess, or so.
Nice.
Is that right? Yeah, something like that. Whatever. Yeah. But they spray foamed it and painted it too.
That's cool. And you did white or black?
White.
White. Okay.
Cool. Yep.
Nice.
So here's the problem with solar is the upfront cost is massive.
Yeah.
Like $50,000. So yes, it'd be great to have solar, but I don't know that I want to fork out $50,000 right now.
Especially when even if your electric bill is $500 a month, your ROI is so far out.
Well, let's be real; it's going to be more than $500 a month.
Well, yeah, but okay for your house, which $500 should be high for your house. Your ROI is still so far out, and then if you don't want to just be feeding energy back to the grid and getting a refund, you have to have, batteries, something to store it, and that makes it even more expensive. I don't know.
Yes, there is going to be a grand opening sometime in August, probably, is what we're thinking.
After Monterey?
That's what I don't know. Probably, I would say most likely after Monterey, just because I don't want to be in a pinch to.
Yeah, it'll be colder too.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm hoping.
Late August sounds reasonable. Of course, then kids are back in school, but whatever. I mean,
yeah, even better.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And yes, the insulation is amazing, worth every penny. I mean, and that was a lot of pennies.
Yeah, I bet.
Whole lot of pennies.
Even the blow-in was a lot when they did the attic of the garage, so I can't imagine spray on. And plus painting.
Yeah. I have 32 solar panels on my house and still paid $500 a month. Holy crap.
Youch. Yeah.
That is, yeah. Late August is definitely better than early August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was actually, I almost feel like we should push it back until it's reasonable temperature, because if we do like a barbecue or something, then people can hang out outside. Like, it'd be great if it was a day that was like maybe in the 80s where you could roll up the garage doors and not have to run the ACs and let people go in and out. Because if it's, real hot out,
Yep.
Yeah.
Need to find someone with one of those giant barbecue pits on a trailer so we don't have to deal with cooking stuff.
I don't think we're going to have that many people. So first of all, we don't have that much parking.
That's not your problem. That's who's coming's problem.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they could park. Like, the problem is it's basically a 1-lane road.
Mm-hmm.
So like if the place fills up, I mean, I guess you know what? They're building that road down at the end of the street.
Oh yeah. If it's at night, just go down there, right?
If we did it in the evening, like on like a Friday evening or a Saturday evening, they're not going to be working on the roads. They could just park your car. You have to walk, like,
it's fine.
But like quarter mile or whatever it is.
Yeah, no big deal. Walking's good for you.
Yeah. Maybe someone has a little like golf cart they could let people borrow, or
there you go. Have a little shuttle service. $5 for parking shuttle. Uh-oh.
For a grand opening. I like that.
I'm losing you. Is it me or you?
Grand opening the after Labor Day. Oh, that's like when is Labor Day? That's like, is that September?
Good question.
I don't remember. I'll eventually know those things because then when my kid's in school. But
4th, yeah, early September.
September 4th. That might be a good weekend.
Mm,
The weekend
Yeah.
after that.
well, weekend after that I won't be here, but you don't have to worry about me. But
Well, I'm. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna have a for sure thing, some sort of thing. I don't know what.
yep, I'll park the McLaren on gravel road. I don't care. It's a car.
Uh oh.
It's not gonna hurt it. I'm losing you. You're using me.
No, I'm worried the
Oh,
chats aren't coming through.
oh. Okay. Yeah, I lost you for a second. I didn't know if it was you or me.
Oh, it was you because I was still.
Okay.
I think it was you. You froze up. It might be me. Who knows? Maybe I had another brownout.
Yeah. Who knows?
Oh man, there was something else I was going to talk about today, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, that's right. We were just talking about Monterey
Oh yeah.
Car Week. Car Week is coming up, so yes, we are going to Car Week. Tyler's coming to Car Week. Josh is coming to Car Week, and Jocko is coming to Car Week,
Heck yeah.
and so is Casey. Although Casey doesn't like to be public, but he'll be there.
He'll get over
So
it.
he'll get over it.
Anyone
So
else coming in our group?
that's. I mean,
Okay.
we're all
I
staying in the
thought-
same.
Yeah.
VRBO.
I thought you'd emailed other people. I didn't know if they'd accepted.
I did. By the way, can someone post a chat? Because I haven't seen a chat come through, and
Yeah.
I'm worried something's messed up.
Are we live?
Yeah, like is it okay? Wait, that was you.
That was me.
I see your test come through. That's interesting.
Okay. I see BB. Okay. There we go. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Would I ever consider? Okay, now that's coming through. Would you ever consider selling one spot for the Car Week trip?
That's hard.
I mean, you're saying like have someone like just join us? I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you mean by selling a spot? Because,
Thanks, everyone.
yeah, thank you. It's working now. Seriously, it was weird. There was no comments.
Yeah, there's nothing for a very long time.
for like if there's not a comment for a minute, it's usually like something's broken. But yeah, I mean the problem is we have a VRBO that allows so we have one person per bedroom, and we're all adults here, so we don't really care to share bedrooms anymore because
Yeah.
whatever. And then the other problem is like, for example, I actually got quail tickets this year, but it only let me buy 4. So actually, poor Tyler was the short man, drew the short straw.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Cheryl, if you have extra tickets, let me know.
yeah. Are you going, Cheryl?
Or if
So-
anyone has extra tickets, let me know.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
So I don't know. Like, here's the other problem is like, and I'm not gonna like this is gonna sound terrible, but like for someone to hang out with us like on that level, like it's hanging out. You're not driving together. You're
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
So I would have to know you first, because
Yeah, that's what I was saying was hard. Like,
yeah, like I mean, what happens if like I mean, chances are you're nice, but what happens if you're not?
you've
I don't
shared
want-
stories of people that you thought were cool, you invited, and then turned out to be total weirdos, and
You've had it happen.
potentially ruined relationships with other YouTubers. And it's like, I'm sure everyone's a great person, but there's that protective limit of, especially just hanging out, like Dan said. It's hard.
Yeah. Oh yes, I'm sorry that we don't have your exhaust
Oh.
installed yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you could ship it out tomorrow. Yeah, it's the yeah, you just don't like. I don't mind having people show up for drives because again, like you're driving and you're gonna have some conversation like when you stop for lunch or gas or whatever,
Hmm.
and that's part of the reason. Like when we were doing the tour of Colorado, I called everyone.
Yeah, Dan interviewed everyone.
I interviewed them before the tour because I'm like, I gotta make sure that we're gonna get along because it's only what 9 spots, so let's say 13, 14 people.
Yep.
Everyone's got to get along reasonably well because especially in Telluride, you're staying in the same place.
You're in the same unit.
You're in the same condo. So
yeah, and Chris is here, Jeff's here. Like, there's people that are, people that went are active and still hang out. Like, everyone had a good time. So.
Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Thanks, Cheryl. Had to ask.
There goes. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes quail tickets are $1,200, $1,300, something like that each.
Yeah.
So,
oh well. I'll go to Laguna Seca or something that day and watch races or something.
Here we go. Dan, my friend, is like a 2010 Ferrari 458 Italia. It loud on shifts and is not passing emissions. Does that mean the cats were deleted? Probably. I don't know. It very likely was.
Can you smell like the gasoline exhaust? Because that's the best way to tell, right?
I hate everyone to start. Best way to gauge people.
Drink to that.
Yeah. I always like to say, like, I hate everyone equally. I'm not prejudiced. I hate everyone. They all suck. Don't get those Fab Speed mini cats. They don't really work on the 458. And sometimes they don't even work on the 430.
Good to know.
Yeah. We tried them. And you get, instead of getting like a catalyst efficiency error, you actually get what was it, like no activity error. Basically the O2 sensors were saying, I don't see anything happening.
Oh no.
So it's still an error.
Yeah.
So you still get a check engine light.
Yep. Yeah, Jeff, don't worry about me. All of Car Week is walking around looking at cars. So if I can go to the racetrack, I'll be good. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, no, Car Week is you get to drive. You can, when we go to Quail, you can take the Hoopty Mobile.
You can take the G Wagon and cruise.
We rented a G Wagon from Turo because why not, right?
Yep.
We got that in our 488. Ended up using some short O2 extenders. Yeah, I think if they're short enough, sometimes it's also consider the 488. I don't think the turbos are probably taking and handling some of it, right? But
yeah, I could see that.
What is premium? Asking for a friend.
If you know, you know.
It's a long story.
Yeah. Some people have the best premium. Some people don't.
The
that's
best
really
thing
all
about,
I can say.
So did I tell you about the one of the viewers, his wife bought him a premium shirt and had no idea, and he had no idea, right? So he gets this premium shirt and he's like, and he sends me an email. He's like, all right, I have to ask. I have no idea what premium is. Like, and so I explained the story to him and he's like, that makes owning the shirt so much better.
Yep. Not quite here. Opposite.
No. Yeah, it's
good stuff.
Did I ever hear from the guy who purchased the 599? Nope. Radio silence.
He was a dealer, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows if he even enjoyed it or if he just sold it.
Yeah, no idea. I haven't seen it hit the market, so probably isn't sold. Yeah.
Yep.
Tell us, nah.
Dan's we're trying to keep this one clean. I don't know.
Dude, tires are sometimes really hard to find. Like, there's times where you just can't get them. It sucks. Yeah. There's always something to do while the quail heads are caviar munching and slamming champagne.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm about to buy the shirt just to
Do
find
it.
out.
We need to hear Dan's phone ding. Do it, Brent. Come on. Peer pressure.
Cha-ching. If I buy this shirt, does it come with the explanation? I suppose we could probably explain it if you buy the shirt.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna have to explain it like 18 times or something.
It's like write it out and copy paste.
No, no, I did not, and I am not doing PR for them now. Yeah, that we'll just leave it at that. I think I don't know if NGS 10 is still on the T-shirts anymore.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I took it off a lot of the products.
Oh, okay.
So like if the margin was too small, I took it off because like after the 10% discount plus the 3% credit card fees and whatever, some of these things we were making like 4 and 5% margins, and then like if we screwed up our shipping charges, then we'd lose money, and it's like, well, this is dumb.
Yep, that's fair.
So no, we are just to be clear, EAG and Normal Guy are separated and parted ways, and we'll just leave it at that. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I need to get some new shirts before Monterey, so I'll probably order some.
I do too. Yeah. They do take sometimes like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, high five. That's great for you guys.
There's another drink moment.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. Josh and I were handling sales and service, and we are not now. Yeah. I have an 87 Ford Testarossa with a dead battery issue. Whenever I get into start, I hear a click with no crank. The previous owner is from Mexico, and all the books are in Spanish. I mean, replace the battery and keep it on a tender.
Yeah, I could.
That probably will solve that problem. Like these cars like to eat batteries, so.
Do they assuming he's putting a jump box on it? Are they happy with a jump box? Like I know some of these cars you don't want to jump box them.
I mean, generally you don't want to jump start a Ferrari because the computers can get wigged out and die. Yeah. I know more than one person who has fried an ECU or an instrument cluster or whatever. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, JS360 McLaren's upgrades were surprising. It'll make for a good end of the season. Dan doesn't watch F1, so he doesn't know what we're talking about.
Oh, I want to place an order for the T-shirt premiums, everything out of stock. I forgot. Like God damn it. So my T-shirt supplier discontinued the brand of T-shirt that I was using. And so I have to go through all of my T-shirts and recreate them in the system. I forgot about that.
Shoot.
So
yeah, I would trickle charge Ferraris. Any supercar you're not driving every day.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not driving the car every day, I would keep it on the tender. How often do you replace the battery? I mean, 3 to 5 years for a normal battery. Depends on the battery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it can't hold the charge, off it goes.
Yep.
For Tyler, how many miles are you putting on the McLaren a year?
This year will be less just because we're not doing the Colorado trip, but I think I hit almost 3,000 miles last year. So this year will be like 2000 ish.
Oh, we gotta work on that.
Yeah, we gotta work on that. Well, none of my friends have supercars right now, so they can't. We can't just go out for a drive. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I'm trying. So I actually made an offer on a car, but they wouldn't come down low enough, so I didn't buy it.
All right. Well, someday
I'm
soon.
so I mean, well, and then honestly, the stuff changing. There's some money that was supposed to be here that's not here that
Yep.
I was going to use to buy a car, and
Yep.
so I don't
As
know.
for reliability, I the most recent thing I did was finally finish the topside hose clamps, and at this point, it's in theory bulletproof. So, well,
Oh, yeah, you got
knock
all the
on.
clamps replaced now, right?
Yep.
So I
And the
mean, and we just
one,
did the accumulators, so those are good for like
yeah,
what 5-10 years.
yeah, 5-10 years. Yeah, everything should be good. Again, knock on wood, but
Tyler, meet me in Atlanta Saturday morning. We'll go do the Tilla Dragon.
all right, it'll be a long night.
Yeah. Yes. Let's get Dan paid. I would love to get paid.
Yeah, I haven't not heard his phone ding with the little Shopify.
Well, so like they said, I don't think they can order the shirts.
Oh,
They're
that's
all
right. Yeah. Okay.
sorry.
Then buy fire extinguishers.
That explains why my shirt sales have been so shitty lately. I honestly, I haven't been able to do hardly anything with the shop.
Mm.
It's just consumed.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
all my time.
And then
Like-
you're like physically drained when you're done with that. So
Oh.
it's not like you're doing work afterwards.
Yeah, like when you spend 12 hours in the heat, sweating your nuts off, and then you come home and like your body is just aching, and you're just like, yeah, I don't really feel like sitting in front of a computer right now. Yeah. Oh no, the Viola 30 Huracan, that was a out of order video,
Yeah.
so it's gone. Are you jaded yet of nice cars? So it's interesting, but you get used to them, and sometimes you do have to remind yourself that like this is super unusual.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually just had this conversation with Matt, who we were talking to earlier. If he's still here, like,
yeah, when you first like the first supercar you get, every time you walk out in the garage, your heart beats a little faster, and you're just like, oh my god, and like you're sitting there having dreams about the car, and you're thinking about like you're just like, I can't believe I own this thing. This far in now for me, like it sucks because like yeah, a lot of that sparkle's gone, but I still like. It's funny now is like now I just appreciate how good they are. That man yelling at people to slow down or get off my lawn, but it's like I really specifically like certain cars now.
fair.
Like you've done enough of them where it's like you try a car and just like, yeah, I don't. It does not. Like I don't care about that car. It just does not do it for me.
Yeah.
So it has ruined other cars for sure.
That's fair.
But then
I mean,
again, oh, go ahead.
I still like seeing them as like you still appreciate them, but it's also like, yeah, it's just it's just another Ferrari, like whatever, no big deal. But I still like going to the garage and like, yeah, all right,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's for fun.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. No BS. The do-it-yourself has been taken to a new level at the shop. Hats off, sir. Thank you.
And Ben, yeah, thanks. Good to know.
Yeah.
It's your internet that's flaking out.
Wait, what?
According to Ben, it's your internet that's
Oh, mine's
happy.
getting spazzy.
apparently.
Oh, well. Is Scud still your top pick?
Ooh.
I mean, that's the car. I'll be honest. I made an offer on a Scud this last week,
Yeah.
and it didn't go through.
If you told me I had to buy a Ferrari today, I would look for a Scud. Never driving one, just riding in them, I would look for a Scud.
Yeah. How many cars do you plan on having in inventory now? I mean, as many as we can find. Honestly, the problem we have right now is we can't find cars. And then as soon as we get a car, they're sold.
Hmm.
So I don't. The thing is, we don't want to be one of these shops. Like it's inefficient for us to be a shop that has like all these cars just sitting around, just waiting for buyers, paying interest on them, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, then you're doing shady CNC shit to cover the interest payments, and
right, yeah. I just don't
it's
want to
not.
get into that game.
Yeah.
Oh, my audio and video did freeze a few minutes ago, so you're right. Yeah.
And Alex is here. He's driving 458 for Popeyes. I like it. Yeah, that's what that car is made for, right?
Dude,
It's to
I
salvage
love that.
458.
You know, Alex gets Popeyes and he gets grease on his hand. And he's just like,
Yep. Alcantara will rub it in. Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like good knowing that the shop is almost there. You know, like that's huge. Like it's been an insane amount of work. I told Meg I'm just so done working on that shop. Like
Yeah.
it's been all consuming, and I haven't been able to do anything else except work on the shop. But at the same time, it's like we had to, because I don't have that much money where I could have just hired all these contractors and whatever. It would have cost us twice as much money.
Yep.
So, yeah. Just curious. Have you heard from Loper? He wanted to go to a Ferrari event. Was it last weekend? But I was tied up. So, yeah. It's a natural leather conditioner. It's little Popeyes fried grease, you know? Yeah. Shop done plus no EHE, you're gonna kill it.
Again.
I think we're gonna do pretty good, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. Is I just, you know, I want to focus on my company. I want to focus on the thing that we do and do our thing. So, loving what you do is never work. Well, yes, but the shop is not really.
Yeah, when the heat index is 115, it's work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd say I was loving that. Like, you'll see in the video that comes out on Saturday, I was not loving life at that point.
No.
But at the end of the video,
you should have bought the building Labor Day. That way you had the nice, cool winter months to work.
Right. Will it be worth owning a supercar since you always be having rotating inventory to use so much? Yes, absolutely. Because when you buy a car for the dealership, you don't really want to drive it. You can't modify it because there's no ROI. And it doesn't feel like it's yours. You know, it's not mine. It's the company's car. It's purpose of that car is to be sold to make money, versus a car I buy is a car whose purpose is for me to enjoy.
Yep.
And that's really truly the thing. Is I thought I was gonna be able to enjoy the cars more in the dealership, and I really don't, because you feel guilty driving it. You don't modify it. It just never is yours. And so you just don't feel the same. Like when I drive it, I feel like I'm doing a work related purpose for that car. Like I'm filming it, or I'm taking it somewhere to get some work done or whatever. Like that's it.
Yep.
Versus a car that I own, it's like for example, like there's days where I'm stressed out or whatever, and I'd love to just hop in a car and just go drive for a half hour, right? I'm not going to do that in a shop car. No. Because what if it gets a paint chip, or get a flat tire or whatever? Plus, I'm putting miles on it, so it's going to be, devalued, and it's totally different.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh, you and Dan both need cars. I agree.
Yes, Josh. We've been talking about this. Like I said, I'm on the hunt. Yeah. So, yeah, where was it? There it is. Problem is, once the shop is done, you're going to have to find cars to put in it. True story. But the good news is, like, finding cars is actually kind of fun. Like, I like that work. Like, it's like a scavenger hunt. You're trying to find these cars, and then you're trying to find a good deal and whatever. So, yeah. um, we're not gonna. So I know we said we're not working with the AG anymore. I'm just gonna state it like this: per the advice of my lawyer, we are not going to discuss anything EAG related. So I would prefer you guys to not ask questions about EAG. I'm just going to ignore them. So
Yep.
we're just not going to discuss it. Are we going to do an area to do professional photos? Kind of. Like we originally, we actually were trying to buy a turntable and the
Yep.
deal fell through. We had placed an offer on a turntable that was used, and we're like, let's buy this thing and we'll put it in a corner and have it spiffed up, and then that fell through. So probably at some point we'll have some sort of area to do. But
Yeah.
And I do still have the GT500, which I need to get rid of. Oh, that reminds me, Josh, since you're on the chat, I got a quote to get it painted, to get the front and rear bumpers painted and the stripes redone. $3,800.
What?
I'm not going to do that. There's no way, because you'll never get that money back.
Yeah.
So I think I need to just dump the car as is, and just someone else can take it on. So
Fair enough.
I was trying to figure out how do we get rid of that thing? Do we just auction it? Like throw it on wholesale auction? I don't know. But
you're not gonna go drag it, race it a couple times? You did all that work to it. You might as well at least run it once.
I mean, I've driven around the street and had some fun, but
yeah.
Yeah, it needs to just go away.
Fair enough.
Unfortunately, like the shop is consuming so much of my money that I need to.
Yeah, well, because that was going to be a project car for your time and money, and now you have better things to spend your time and money on.
Sorry, it's like a bug flying around my face.
Nice.
Oh,
hey, David.
Oh, hey, big subscriber. Just bought a 458 Italia from watching your videos. All right, thank you. In your opinion, which is the best exhaust? One of your vids showed 6 of them. I am a diehard fan of the Klein exhaust.
Yep.
I mean, if I was buying a 458 and buying an exhaust for it, that is the exhaust I would buy. I would buy a full Klein Inconel exhaust.
Totally agree.
I have yet to hear an exhaust that I think sounds better, and I don't. There's others that are similar quality, but I feel like it's super high quality and super good value.
Yeah, and there's others that are louder, but they don't sound as good, right? Like the tone isn't as good.
I mean, that being said, the IPE sounds incredible. The S-Line sounds incredible. I mean, you're not going wrong with any of those. If you feel like you want those more,
mm-hmm.
You know, like the IPE has a slightly higher pitch to it. But I feel like the Klein has this really cool dynamic sound where it starts off really grumbly, almost muscle car sounding. Sorry, I just spit on the microphone. Muscle car sounding, and then it transitions to this high pitch, like F1 scream.
Yeah,
and
it even does that on the McLaren, because that's what we put on was full Inconel Klein, and at idle things sounds like an American muscle car, but when you're full load going under a bridge, it's got that high pitch. It's not as high as a Ferrari, but it's got that high pitch.
There.
Like it's still there. It's good.
I don't know off the top of my head, but like a full Klein Inconel exhaust it's a lot. I'm going to say like north of $15,000. That's
probably with headers, right?
With headers, with heat shielding and all that stuff. It's like probably around like $18,000 retail. I can obviously take off some of that. If you do stainless, I think it's like around 12,000 or something like that. But another question, Dan, is it nearly impossible to get an exhaust system for the 458 that moves the pipes from the middle center to the rear bumper? Yeah, I wouldn't. No, there's nothing I know of like that. I know there's some people who have converted the 458 Italia into the 458 Speciale exhaust, where it comes out up in the bumper, and it's got only the 2 exits instead of the 3.
Yeah.
But now you're talking new bumper and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I don't see the point in doing that.
No.
The 458's original with the 3 pipes. Like,
I mean, I
or
think
it looks original. Like
it's an
different.
homage to the F40.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't, I'll put it this way: if you don't like the look of the exhaust on the 458, get a different car.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I would. Every dollar you spend trying to do something like that is money you're throwing away and devaluing that car, because no one else is going to want that car ever.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, it's gonna be harder to sell.
Mm. So stainless is kind of the default, and I mean, obviously the exhaust design has the biggest impact on the sound, right? Like, if you took 2 exhausts that are the same, and one's made of stainless and one's made of titanium, the majority of the sound difference is because of the design of the exhaust. But then the titanium versus stainless, or Inconel versus stainless, you get more of that tinny sound, and it sounds like a cleaner exhaust. It just sounds like a cleaner sound. It's hard to describe, but you can, like, if you have them side by side, you can hear the difference. If you were just standing there alone and a 458 drove by, you'd have a hard time saying, "Oh, that one's titanium." You probably couldn't tell. Yeah. Jocko!
Hey, Jocko. See you next week, Jocko.
Yeah. And yeah, titanium and Inconel are actually very similar materials. I believe Inconel is like a titanium alloy of some sort, right?
It's like a nickel alloy.
It's like, yeah, it's got some blend in it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
from what I remember reading was titanium and Inconel almost sound the same, but the titanium handles heat cycles less than the Inconel does.
Right. Inconel is the ultimate exhaust material. It's even more durable than stainless, right? It's more durable. It's substantially lighter. It handles the heat cycling. It doesn't have, like, titanium can get a little bit brittle after tons of heat cycling. Yep. So you can't, like, titanium can crack. It does happen, but yeah. I may be the minority here, but I feel like the sound of high flow cats is better than catlets. I think it depends on the car. Certain exhausts, like, honestly, in the 430, I think it needs cats.
Yeah.
But in the 458,
godly loud.
Yeah. Like 430 and 360 should probably keep high flow cats in them. But in the 458, killing the cats, that's when you go from being like cool sounding to just glorious.
Yeah. That's when 3 cars back and you downshift and you feel it inside the car, 3 cars back. Like, oh, yeah. Fuck. That's so good.
Does the titanium come from Russia? I don't know. It's
probably.
I mean, the Klein's in Romania. So, I mean, they're certainly similar.
Is Romania still Eastern Bloc?
I think so, right? Well, I mean, it was a part of.
Yeah, it was. It was a part of. I just don't know if they still are.
Yeah, I don't know if they are.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They make good products, so.
I mean, like I said, Klein's my favorite. IP's up there. They're amazing. We sell a ton of both of those. We sell quite a few S lines. Those are the three. I mean, honestly, those are the 3 that the reason why we sell those 3 is because those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, if you go on our website, we actually pulled down a bunch of different exhaust brands. So we had been selling other exhaust brands, and we got rid of them because of either quality issues or company issues. In some cases, we just didn't like the way the companies were working with us. Complaints, returns, like inability to meet deadlines.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, we got sick of it. Like, if a company tells us it's going to take a month and it ends up taking 6, we're the ones having to field that angry customer. Like, so we're just like, no, this isn't cool.
Especially when they do chargebacks instead of,
Yeah, people do
you know,
chargebacks. They get mad. They're mad at us and all that stuff. So, Dan, could you see yourself owning a 430 Scud? Is that still one of your favorite Ferraris? Absolutely, and
yes.
yes.
Someone asked earlier, like, top 3 cars you'd buy today, and this kind of goes along with that. So add that
Scud's
question
definitely
to
on
it.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I do love the SR-71 story about the titanium being sourced from Russia.
Yes, that is hilarious.
So awesome.
We're gonna
Like,
buy this to spy from you.
yeah, we're gonna buy something that you make so we can turn around and spy on you with it. That's brilliant. Am I a fan of the Tubi system for the Ferrari? No, I'm not. They make really good headers. They make really good products, but I don't like the sound. To be clear, on the modern Ferraris, so 360 on up, I do not like the Tubi. On the older Ferraris, the Tubi sounds wonderful. Like
Yeah, on the
a
355, it's great, right?
Tubi on a 355 sounds fantastic. Tubi on a Testarossa sounds fantastic. Same with Capristo. Capristo on the 355. Capristo sound level 3 on a 355 is the best sounding exhaust. Period.
Fair.
Can't beat it. Capristo on the modern stuff, I just don't like the sound. Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll see an email from David tomorrow. Cool.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, we can make that work. Yeah, yes, hit the nail on the head. Starting a business venture puts a hold on personal purchases kind of sucks. Dude, amen.
Yep.
I have more money wrapped up in my business than anything else I own. Actually, yeah. I might have more in my house because yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of money in my business. And especially now with the shop, that was the problem is like I could have bought 1 or 2 Ferraris and had them laid around and be my personal cars, but instead I bought a shop and had to sink a ton of money into it. So, is that the exhaust that the Hoovies 355 had? I think he had a Capristo.
It had the sport exhaust. Was that the Tubi then? It was the Ferrari sport exhaust.
The one we bought, the Spider, did not have the Capristo.
No.
It's very distinct sounding.
Yeah. But it had the Tubi though, right? Because that's what Ferrari used for their sport exhaust.
I think so. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like the Tubi is the manufacturer of the Ferrari sport exhaust. So if you get a Ferrari and it says, "Oh, it's got the sport exhaust," it's Tubi.
Yeah. Okay.
So and like some of it sounds pretty good, like, but others like the Tubi, and again, this is just my opinion, so feel free to disagree. But the Tubi on the F430 and 360 sounds terrible.
I don't know that I've heard enough to disagree with you, but I know the IP and everything else sounds so good on the 430s that why would you do anything else?
So. Right. And that's the thing. Like if you're gonna do it, like just do it right.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Here's this is one of those things that drives me nuts. It's like you have a completely optional expense in your life, like 100% optional, right? You're buying a Ferrari to drive pleasure in your life, to have a thing that you enjoy, to whatever, right? And then people go out and then they buy the cheapest crap for these cars, and then they're like, "Oh, it's disappointing," and blah blah. It's like, dude, just I know it's like astronomically expensive, and there's the Ferrari tax, and it's so stupid, but it's a Ferrari and it's an optional expense. Just pay the price and get the right thing, and you'll be happy.
Yep.
You won't regret it. You'll be like, "Yep, that was the right decision." Blah blah blah, whatever, right? So, yeah. I did a full fab speed on my 430 headers bypass X pipe. That must have been loud as hell.
Yeah.
Very, very loud. What Tyler brand of exhaust in McLaren?
We did turboback Klein and Canal with I kept the Sport Cats for the smell, and I didn't want to have to deal with tuning the car. And between the test pipes and a tune, it was the same price as the Inconel with the Sport Cats. So
Yeah.
and
Why
that
would
car doesn't need more power, so I wasn't worried about tuning
yeah,
it.
right.
So-
Why would you design anything else? You know what your competitors have, so why would you design some exhaust that costs the same and has a much lower pitch? Isn't like Capristo and Tube you don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, there's only so many exhausts to get for these cars, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
It's the eighth, however many millimeter difference inner diameter you can make that pipe. There's only so many shapes you can bend it to fit in the car.
Yeah.
Like,
and everyone's heard it, like, it's either on YouTube or in person or whatever. So
yep.
I need to get another beer.
Cool. We do need to do another McLaren exhaust video, I feel, because the one that in the video when we did the exhaust, literally we put it on, it was 10 o'clock at night, we went up and down the street and we're done. And now I know much more how to make that sound better and like have it come into the cab better so that it would pick up on camera. So I think it's probably not worth doing a whole video on, but I think we could actually get some flames. Like I can get it to pop very loud now. So
I'm
maybe.
down. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do another video. Follow up.
One of these days.
Yeah.
And apparently, and I've tested this and it's for sure true, with the top up and the rear window down, it's even louder than with the top off. Because we did that with the top off.
Oh.
But it like funnels the sound into the cab.
Well, then you're probably not having as much.
Yeah, and there's no wind
either.
noise. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, like you shift on still in acceleration or right as the engine's about to redline, and it makes the loudest frickin' pops. Like it's got to be shooting flames, especially when it's hot. So
yeah. I mean, I think there will be e-gear to manual conversions in the future. Absolutely.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's like it's basically the same thing. It's just different parts. Like the actual mechanism, the e-gear and the F1 is like literally the same pump, the same actuators, it's the same shit.
Yep.
So, but the computers are a bit different. So, I don't think I've ever seen you guys on a video inside the Eisenhower Pass in Colorado. Yeah, because it's like 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
I always drive a McLaren with the rear window down. It sounds so much nicer.
It's true. Yeah.
It's one of those nice things about the convertible too.
Yeah. If I have the top up, the window's at least cracked because it's just so good.
So it looks like the shop is in a remote location. Do you envision your dealership being more of an online business only, or a showroom that interest buyers will visit and browse? No one's going to showrooms to browse. Like they're sightseeing. Like no one goes to a Ferrari dealership because they're unsure of what Ferrari to get, and they're like, "Well, I'm going to check out the 5 different 458s they have in stock." No, you go to like if you're going to buy a car, you already know you're going to buy the car. You've already talked to a salesperson. So
it's interesting how that changes from your like commodity car to these cars. Like you know what you're buying when you walk in there.
I'll put it this way: I've literally never gone to a dealership to look for a Ferrari or a supercar without having. I've literally never even gone to a dealership unless I already have a price negotiated.
Yep.
Like I'm going there to sign papers and take possession of the car.
Yeah.
So no, that was part of the reason we did do it in a sort of remote location, because it's irrelevant where it's located. It just doesn't matter. If people want to come to the shop, that's great. Like, but like I'll be honest, like I don't want people just showing up at the shop just to look at cars and spend a bunch of time there, because I'm busy. Like I don't have time to babysit someone while they go look at 5 different cars and ask 80 questions and take a couple hours of my day.
Yeah, you're not going to go take people on 5 different test drives just because they want to look at cars. Like,
yeah. Will I consider doing conversions at the new shop? I mean, maybe. We're going to certainly work on cars, so it's not off the table. My dad's 458 has the OEM's full sport exhaust, so it's the Tubi.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds okay. It's just not my preference. I would. There are better sounding exhausts in my opinion.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, so for Brent, the Tour Colorado stays off the interstates as much as possible. So it'd be awesome to go through Eisenhower Tunnel, but we don't
did
go
one
that
year.
direction.
We did 1 year, but it was.
Oh yeah, the first year I didn't go, but you guys went nuts and went all the way up to Estes too. And
Yeah, that was a long drive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Staying in the southern southwest corner is a good. It's a good area.
Yeah. Where is the shop? It's in Liberty Hill, Texas. Do you install exhaust? We do not install exhaust on customer cars. So we don't really. We're not trying to become a service shop. Yeah. And honestly, with just right now, it's just me and Josh in the company. We don't have time to do service on people's cars. I don't want to deal with the liability or the insurance or any of that crap. So like the cars we do work on are the cars that we own. Like if someone, let's say someone's buying a car from us and they want us to change out the exhaust, we can work that into the sale. But I'm not going to, like, if someone owns a car and they're like, hey, can I send my car to you to get service done? We'd be like, no. No, please don't. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Do you still work with Exotic Power, Josh? I mean, no, not really. Here and there, like, I mean, mostly just because busy. Like he's busy and I'm busy, and so no. Do you offer warranties with the cars? Absolutely not. No, they're used cars that are 10 to 20 years old. No one like really offers a warranty on them. There is no tour this year. I am not doing the tour. So probably the tour is done. Big difference between wrenching and making a car tip top for sale. Exactly. Yeah. Like it's one thing to clean up a car or to do some work on the car, to help a sale. It's another thing to wrench on a car to try to make money wrench on the car. So, I mean, where have you been? Adam is no longer with the company. That was over half a year ago.
It was a while ago.
Yeah. Is it lucrative to get into the car business? I mean, I don't know. It depends on the cars. Depends on how much money do you have to start with, because that matters. What beer am I drinking? I am drinking Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. You gotta say it with a Texas accent.
Yeah.
I not that you asked, but I went local, more local.
Fireman's 4.
Yeah, some real ale. Shout out to Tim and those guys. Good people.
Yep. And how good are you? Oh, talking about like lucrative getting into cars.
Oh,
I'm assuming. Oh, is the Ladies of NGS Live future episode still on the table? I mean, yes, we need to still do that.
Yeah, it's got to happen.
Yeah. Oh, I know Adam has been gone for a while, but I couldn't figure out his why. Well, I never said why. So that's why you don't know why.
Problem solved.
We'll just leave it at that. What percentage on profit? I mean, it ranges, but
yeah. What can you get? That's
it's. I wish we could get 10% on every car, but I mean, that's not always true. So I would say anywhere from negative 30% all the way up to positive 30%. We'll just say that. That's your range.
It's a good range. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, BB.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the thing. You gotta have an iron gut for some of that. Like losing $40,000 on that Huracan, that's a punch in the gut.
Mm-hmm.
Josh was laughing. We were joking because we got our bank statement the other day, and he was like, "That's how much in interest we paid this year already." Yeah, yeah. Here you go. That's actually very accurate. Negative 100% to plus 1,000%. Yeah, that's awesome.
I like it.
Anyone want to guess how much money in interest alone we've paid on the cars that we've owned for this dealership this year so far? So just up until July.
All right, but you can't answer until we get more likes because there's only 28 likes. There's 115 people watching.
That's bullshit.
That is bullshit. So people put in their guess, but Dan's not going to answer until we get more likes.
69,000. I see what you did there.
Yeah, nice.
Do you still think you'll take Thanksgiving to end the year off? If so, what are some other plans in the works for revenue? I mean, basically, I'm planning on taking I'm just not going to worry about selling cars in that period of time.
Not buying things to sit on the floor plan and cause interest, right?
Yeah. Like, we'll be very, very specific about cars we buy at that time. 63,000, 20,000, 40,000, 45,000.
41 likes. Come on, keep going.
Oh, look at that. Hey, damn, you're good.
Yeah.
I'm terrible about like,
I just looked down when you said that and was like, well, let's gatekeep this a little bit.
Yeah. 50,000. Is there a luxury tax on cars in Texas? On new cars, but not used. 72,674.
That's oddly
93,000. Jeez.
I hope not.
No. All right. Well, people are guessing higher than it is. So okay, that makes me feel a little better.
Right. Okay.
We've spent what was it, Josh? I think it was $26,000 in interest, just in interest.
Wow. So a Corolla in interest.
Yeah. So it's funny is we're joking because like the bank is renewing, or we're in the process of renewing the loan. You have to renew it every year, and so it's like they've probably made $50,000 to $60,000 on us, if not more, in 1 year. So they've got to be pretty content with that. That's pretty good ROI.
They're definitely happy.
Yeah. Who is a pickier buyer, cash buyer or finance buyer?
That's a good question.
I mean, yeah, I don't know that there's too much of a difference on who's paying cash and who's financing. Financing is always a little bit more legwork on our part, so obviously we prefer cash. Yeah. Although, like, some of the banks are really easy to work with. Like we've got a relationship with Woodside. We have our lady there who she knows us and whatever, and she makes stuff happen fast. Like, shout out to Debbie. So she's awesome. But at the same time, like, I don't know. The problem is sometimes cash buyers think that, oh, I'm a cash buyer, so I'm special. Give me the greatest deal of the century. And it's like, well, we're not going to just like give the car away because you're paying cash.
Yeah, it's not how it works anymore.
Like, will I, if the car is $150,000 and someone's like, I'm going to finance it. Okay, cool. Well, how about I pay cash instead of financing? Okay, well, if you're going to make the deal happen tomorrow, yeah, I'll knock off $500. Mm-hmm. Because it's not going to take me a week or however many days to get the other stuff lined up. But if you're like, oh, I'm a cash buyer, but I'm not going to buy it for another 2 weeks, well, yeah, I don't give a crap.
Yeah,
I'm going to take whichever one pays more.
So who's more demanding of discounts? Finance buyers or cash buyers?
Cash buyers.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that, but
yeah, no, it's always if I pay cash, what's the price? Like, yeah.
All right.
So this number would make most people cry.
Enough. Yeah.
Yeah. We are just barely below 2 digits. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah.
What happened to Josh's crazy car story videos? Oh, we did say we were going to do something like that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot.
Something around like his previous dealership videos.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, it'd be some good content.
Yeah, we've got our contact at Woodside. They're good. I mean, they're just they do. I would say 20% of the cars we sell go through Woodside now.
Hmm.
Because they offer, I mean, they don't have the best interest rate, but they have really long term rates.
Okay.
So a lot of people, like, it makes it so your payment's super low, which on a car like a Ferrari that's probably going to appreciate
Yeah.
isn't the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, keep it as low as possible.
Do we take FTX Bitcoin?
No.
We've done a transaction in Bitcoin. Great story on that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Which is weird because most dealerships make money. There it goes. Yeah, I mean,
Well, especially in-house financing, that's where they really make their money, right?
yeah. If they're in-house financing, they love that. But I mean, we don't really care. Like, I don't care which, as long as we get paid, and it's not too much work. Like we've done some car deals with some weird banks, and they're crazy. Like, they make you do tons of crazy shit, and you're just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Are you taking investments? Actually, yeah, sure. We actually have, believe it or not, we have a viewer of the channel who wants to loan us some money at a lower interest rate than what the bank is, and we are absolutely working to take him up on that offer because it's a win-win. He makes money on interest. We get a lower interest rate. So yeah, if you wanna loan us a giant pile of money at a low interest rate, absolutely, we will take that. But if you're asking, will I sell part of the company? Absolutely not.
Fair. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are some of the fees on your end to get someone bought on paper, i.e. finance?
Oh,
Some of the companies do charge us. It's usually a couple $100. To be honest, if the bank's charging us to do a financing, we roll it on to you. Like, we're not going to take the hit if you're trying to finance it. So, like, because it depends on which bank. Like, like, you go to one bank and they don't charge us. You go to another bank and they do charge us. Well, you're paying that fee. We're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got to do the video on the 812 stuff still.
What?
Speaking of Ben's question.
Oh yes. Yeah. The H12 GTS. That was hilarious.
It was offered for more, but Dan and Josh tried to lowball him at 500, and the guy accepted.
Yeah, he accepted.
He accepted.
That was such a red flag. I was like,
the best part was like, because it was on a call, and it was like, so I don't know, we were thinking we could do like 500 max, and the guy's like, literally this long. Yeah, I could do that. You don't make that $50,000 decision in 5 seconds. It doesn't work that way.
Well, and what idiot on earth would be selling a GTS for 500 grand right now?
Yeah.
No. Like, especially with low miles, high options. I mean, good spec. Absolutely not. It's just like, as soon as he's like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll take it." I remember looking at the guys. I'm like,
Yep.
No way.
God, that was hilarious. It was such a good phone call.
That was fun. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I wish all of them were that exciting. Most of the phone calls are very boring.
Yeah. I've been like in the car with Josh on calls, and they're all boring.
Yeah,
that one was fun.
Yeah.
Hugh, what do you want us to tell you? Some people might be on delay because of the internet blips.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one is tell us.
Yeah.
Dan, would you have a Ferrari 430 Scud or a 360 Challenge Stradale?
Ooh.
I'd rather have the 430 Scud. Absolutely.
Yeah, not deal with the 360 isms.
Yeah. Not to mention 100 more horsepower and faster, and I think better looking, but that's just me.
Okay.
How did the videos about the money hit inquiries on the Huracan do on YouTube? People actually loved the Huracan videos
Really?
about the low balls. Like I got people were like, dude, I was cracking up, and that's why I was like, whatever, man, I will keep taking these. Like people are like, I can't believe you have to deal with all that crap. I'm like, whatever.
They
I
were hilarious.
I was just cracking every time someone would lowball me. I'm just laughing like, oh my god, give me a break, dude. Yeah.
JS360, thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. That is beer worthy. This isn't an investment loan; it's a gift. Thank you.
Drink to that.
That almost covers maybe 10% of our upcoming electricity bill.
Right.
I just got the electric bill today, so it's
Oh, no.
resetting like right now, right as the ACs get done. So I'm
Okay.
like, next month is gonna suck.
Yeah. It's probably what, like $30-$40 right now, and
It was $136.
oh, well, okay, that's more than expected. So okay.
Dude, so much of it is like just fees,
Oh yeah,
like
because
just
it's commercial, right?
No, it's considered residential still.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That, like, in New Mexico, that was like the stupid crap was my well was considered commercial because it was shared. So
Oh.
there was higher fees just because it was commercial. It's like, oh, come on. Like,
What would you rather have, a Cura T stick or a
Ooh.
Z06?
Carrera.
I'd rather have the Z06.
You think?
I'd sell it.
Well, okay.
No, I mean,
to keep and hold and drive. Like, you could never sell it.
Yeah. I'd probably still rather have the Z06
All right.
because I don't know. Porsches just don't get me excited in the same way. Like, neither of those really get me that excited anymore. Like,
That's,
again,
yeah.
going back to the early part of the conversation, certain cars just don't get me excited anymore because I've done, driven them all or whatever.
Yep. But if I had to own either of the I'd rather have the Carrera personally.
Yeah.
Like, if those are the only two cars in the world, I'd be like,
The
yeah,
problem
sure,
is,
I'll
like,
get Porsche.
the Carrera just, if you're going to do it, like, it's got to be a GT3 or a turbo.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm spoiled. Like, anything less than that is like, why?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like,
Does Porsche hold up to the hype? No.
no, it does not.
To
My
the Porsche
favorite-
guys, it does. But
Yeah, my favorite is still all the Porsche guys like, oh, Porsches are indestructible, they never break. And then, like, there's all these problems I got in my Porsche, and I'm like,
it's a car. It's
a car.
metal.
They break.
Everything in a car is gonna break. Doesn't matter who makes it.
Yeah,
It's gonna break.
yeah. You bought an Urus?
Yes. Good job.
No. I hate Urus.
I'm sure it's obnoxious.
Oh, that's the worst. I hate SUVs. You need a Lotus, always exciting. Whoops.
Oh God. Yeah.
Oh, T equals GT3 Touring. See, that's the problem with Porsches. I mean, can they just please come up with, like,
It's true.
like, first of all, why do they have to have like 74 different versions of the same damn car? Just make, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that. That is part of my problem with Porsche.
Well, then it's a 911, 991, 993, 996.3, 992.
Yeah, just call them different cars.
Yeah, it's a different car. Just call it a different car.
Oh, T's not equal to GT3 Touring.
Oh.
It's a step above the base Carrera.
See, yeah.
No, don't care. Definitely getting the Z06.
Yeah, I'm changing my answer now.
Yeah, I know exactly what the Corvette Z06 is. It's a Corvette with a flat plane crank engine.
Here you go.
Don't give a shit about anything else about it.
Yep. And it's fast.
All I
Okay.
need to know.
Great.
It's fast as hell, and when it breaks, I can go to Napa.
That's right.
Yeah. What supercar disappointed you the most? Ooh,
Ooh.
that's a good question. I know what supercar disappointed Josh the most? Is Josh
Uh,
still here? He should chime in on that. I
yeah.
know.
Ah, man, that's a good question. Probably the Huracan because I love the way it looks,
Ah,
especially like when the people like black out the lower strakes where it kind of angles up and it makes it look like it's like taller than it is. I really like the look of the Huracan, but man, it's boring.
yeah. It's shockingly boring, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is a exciting exterior shell
yeah,
with a very boring car inside.
yeah. Inside, sound, what everything is just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with that statement. Um, so I'll speak for Josh since he's not here. He was super disappointed in the 355.
Oh yes, yeah. Because he got to drive it back from
Yeah,
Wichita.
yeah, he was like the 355 totally disappointed him.
Mm.
Um, I don't know that the 355 disappointed me as much. Like it's slow,
Yeah,
and I don't like the handling characteristics of it. Like it's just not the same as a modern Ferrari. Um, oh, the 456, that was a pretty terrible car.
oh yeah.
I don't know if it disappointed me because I didn't have any high expectations. I guess that's the problem, right? Is like which one had the biggest gap in expectations versus reality?
Yeah. Yep.
You know, the Huracan's up there.
360 might be up there too, because I remember like it was like late middle school, early high school when those came out, and I was like, "Holy cow, this is the new Ferrari! It's so beautiful." And then it's like, "Oh, they're junk. Like no one wants them. They're worthless." Nah.
Ah, I like the 360 enough where I would say no.
Okay.
Jocko 456 was not good. Yeah, he got the ride in that thing.
You weren't in Fort Worth when it was trying to overheat. That was stressful.
That was very stressful. Yeah, when Jeff Mosing says that no one can afford a 355, no one should afford a 355.
Yeah.
But the Aston,
Yeah.
it's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Such a good-looking car.
They are. That's a good call out, Hugh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a really good one. I like that question. I'd have to think about it some more, but trying to think of like what cars have been really. Oh, I know what car disappointed me the most of any car. It's not a supercar, but the hype was not there at all.
Go for it.
The NSX.
Yes. Okay.
The old one, not the modern one.
Yeah, yeah.
It is a pile of shit. I'm sorry, but that car is terrible. Absolutely terrible. And everyone was like, "Oh, it's the Ferrari killer. Oh, it's a Honda. It's reliable." I'm sorry. It is the slowest pile of shit ever. It was so boring and slow, and just I just didn't get it. Like I'm like, why do people like this car? It is so bad. So bad.
Here comes the comments. I love it. Yeah.
I know. Like, I don't bring it on. I'm sorry, but like, no. Like, and everyone's like, "Oh, I'd rather have that over the 355 because that was like the competition at the time." No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I would so much rather have the Ferrari than the NSX. It is so bad. So maybe you didn't let the VTEC kick in. I mean, so what? It goes from like 90 to 105 horsepower or something. Like, I don't know. It's pathetic. Like, seriously, it's
hot takes tonight.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yes, it is overrated for sure.
Just all the like 90s Japanese car interiors.
It's just so hyped. It's so hyped up. Like people are just like, "Oh my god, it's so badass," blah blah blah, and all this stuff. And then you're just like, "What?" Like,
yeah,
no.
Yep.
I'm talking about the old NSX. I have not driven a new NSX.
We had one go up Pikes Peak with us, and it looked good. It sounded good.
Yeah.
But We didn't drive it.
My Dino is slow as shit in today's terms. Yeah. Mm. Mm, I don't know about that. I actually rode in one in the 90s, and I remember thinking back then it was not impressive.
There you go.
So I have not driven an S2000. I've been in them. They don't really get it going for me, but they are cooler. I would rather have an S2000 than an NSX.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's
Completely.
a more exciting car than an NSX. But
Modern GTRs.
oh, I hate the GTR.
Yeah.
Any GTR, all of the GTR, unless you're talking about the AMG GTR, then it's great.
Yep. Fair enough.
The Nissan or
I like the looks of the R34s, but not enough to ever buy one.
no. By the way, it is past 9:30, so
Oh, look at that. We did it.
it went fast. It always does. It always goes fast.
Yep. Good conversations, everyone. Thanks for your comments.
Yeah. I need to film some debate videos like this. That's a good topic. Like
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
I need to do some of that because I think that would get some views. It would get some people pissed off, which always gets views. Pissed off is always good on YouTube.
Yes. Yes,
So.
it is.
All
right.
Everyone. Thank you so much for coming. We'll see you next Thursday. And yeah, stay cool. It's 104. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
it was brutal.
There's heat warnings on your phone every day. Like
it's so bad right now. It is so bad. All right, we'll see you guys next week. And
cheers.
Yeah, bye.